First, let me start by thanking the Florida Weights and Measures team for assisting in building this video. This is session 1. There'll be more to come, we hope. That there is no secret sauce. It's just a learning curve, and we hope to share a little bit of that with you today. As you can see on the screen, there are warning signs on several of the dispenser types now. Some are made by the manufacturer, some are third party. Please look at those before you enter, just to make sure you don't knock the dispenser down and put the store out of business. As you can see, we've opened the door, looking at all the cables around different parts and checking not only the card reader but the motherboard, other cables around. We've seen some on Cat 5. The latest trial run is putting the equipment, the skimmer, behind the board, so it's very difficult to see. But you can see again here he's going through and checking each and every one of the cables, not just the ribbon cables but other cables as well. So don't be scared. You should not knock anything down if it's that loose. Something else was going on. Here you can see the card reader over on the right hand side. Definitely one of those places you want to check for additional components not belonging there. And as you'll see a little later in this video, we will actually find one. Closer view of it, and you can see now we've actually detached it partially from the reader, and you can see there's extra components, that check mark, as well as there was a radio antenna. Here again is another dispenser going through, checking, looking, and typically if you find one at one location, you're most likely going to find another one as well. The other thing I want to add is that you will typically see lately, the more sophisticated the crooks are, the more likely they are to put you a dummy skimmer up front so that it makes you think you found what you're looking for and there's an additional skimmer somewhere else planted. Oh, looky here. I don't know if you saw that as a flyby. That is attached on a skimmer. And we'll get a couple different angles of it so you can see it. But that's the more typical one on this particular dispenser type. There's a side view of it hanging off. When you look straight on, it's a little more challenging to see. But from the side, you can see it's piggybacked on there. We're going to go through the steps of actually removing it and replacing the original cables back in their spot. And this is only if you've worked that out with law enforcement in Florida. They have, so they'll remove the skimmer with gloves on, of course, put it in an evidence bag and ship it off. So here he's detaching it from the cables. Then he'll start the process of reattaching it back. There's the evidence bags that are provided for weights and measures to send to law enforcement. Again, the side view of what it looked like. We did find actually 2 at this particular location while we were there. Showed the owner what they looked like, acted like he had never seen anything like that before, which is probably not true, but you never know. Could be, but most of the time these guys have seen enough inside their dispensers. They know what it should look like. Again, just showing you different angles, different views, what you're looking for. There's the card reader again. Some of them are covered. Then lastly, this is a different type of dispenser, and you can watch him as he quickly goes through most of the cables, looking for any possible skimmers. But you can see in that hodgepodge of wires, it could be anywhere twisted up in there or hidden behind something else. So you have to look close, and there's a close-up view.